The Smashing Machine is a biographical sports drama directed, written, produced, and edited by Benny Safdie. The film stars Dwayne Johnson as MMA pioneer Mark Kerr, chronicling his journey through early mixed martial arts, bouts in the UFC, and his personal struggles both inside and outside the ring. The film premiered at the Venice International Film Festival, winning the Silver Lion for Best Director, but saw modest box office returns despite strong critical attention. Johnson delivers one of the most nuanced performances of his career, inhabiting the physically demanding role with a surprisingly restrained emotional depth. He transforms himself both physically and psychologically into Kerr, shedding much of his typical screen persona. Supporting him is Emily Blunt as Dawn Staples, whose grounded performance adds emotional resonance to Kerr's personal life. The supporting cast, including real fighters like Bas Rutten, Oleksandr Usyk, and Ryan Bader, adds authenticity to the MMA world, although some characters lack fully developed motivations. This anchors the film in a believable reality, but leaves a few narrative threads underexplored. Safdie's approach to the Smashing Machine deviates from traditional sports biopics. Rather than delivering a heroic arc of rise, fall, and triumphant return, the film opts for an observational, almost documentary-like portrayal of Kerr's life. Fight sequences are often presented with a detached, fragmented visual style, from outside the ring or from offset angles, emphasizing psychological texture over spectacle. The screenplay resists cliché, focusing on the grit of the sport and the internal conflict of a man wrestling with addiction, love, and identity. This results in a narrative that feels less a conventional underdog story and more an intimate character study. The film's strongest artistic choices are also its biggest limitations. While critics and some audiences appreciate the anti-biopic tone, others find the pacing too deliberate. The film occasionally feels unfocused, skimming over moments that might have enriched Kerr's backstory or deepened our understanding of why he became the fighter he did. Some critics point out that Smashing Machine lacks the narrative punch of more structured sports dramas. There's no clear, singular climactic moment that anchors the emotional stakes, and the subtler take on Kerr's life leaves some viewers wanting more narrative payoff. Greater focus on narrative cohesion would have strengthened the film significantly. While the observational approach and documentary-like pacing grant realism, they also diffuse dramatic tension that most audiences expect in a sports biopic. Further development of characters beyond Kerr and Dawn, including their motivations and emotional arcs, could have added depth and clarity. A sharper third act, rather than a series of reflective moments, might have given the film a more definitive emotional resolution. Critically, The Smashing Machine holds a solid approval around 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, reflecting generally positive reviews that highlight Johnson's performance and Safdie's direction, even if not every critic feels the film fully succeeds. At the box office, the film underperformed relative to its $50 million budget, grossing approximately $21 million worldwide, one of Johnson's lowest openings, suggesting that its more meditative, genre-defying qualities may have limited mainstream appeal. For viewers who appreciate MMA's history or character-driven sports dramas, The Smashing Machine offers depth and authenticity. Others looking for a more conventional, emotionally triumphant arc may find the film too understated. Film rating 7 out of 10. An ambitious, intimate MMA biopic anchored by a compelling central performance, but one that stumbles slightly in pacing and narrative clarity. Final thoughts. The Smashing Machine is a thoughtful redefinition of the sports biography, less about the glory of victory, more about the complexities of human struggle. Johnson's transformative performance elevates the material even when the story resists traditional dramatic structure. Like, subscribe, or you'll end up in the ring with Kerr, and trust me, this film hits harder than it lets on.
You want me, baby,